So if you look at it today, what services we deliver for both individuals and companies, they are extremely easy to understand only if one of our people are explaining what brand and network is or what hyperscale is to our client over a Zoom call. And I think that is a big problem because we want to sell these services to clients without having to pitch to them or without having to have a Zoom meeting with them, and so on and so forth. And for that to do, it's very, very difficult because everybody wants different things. People want different services. Even the same service will have two different names based on whether a founder needs it or a corporate executive needs it, right? So what we decided, instead of selling to individuals and companies like this, we thought, let us focus on a persona called a founder, right? So we created this page only for founders, right? And we identified their priorities. So if you read these words here, right? Revenue, generate revenue, raise capital, build team. None of this is cryptic. These are the words that they live every single day as a founder, right? These are the 5 top problems they have. They have to generate revenue for their company. They have to raise capital, meaning, raise money for their company. They have to build team for their company. They have to increase their thought leadership, either for themselves or for their company. They have to build thriving communities, right? So all these 5 things are the top priorities of every single founder anywhere in the world, right? That's why we have, listed them here. And how can they build all these things? There are more than 12 million C-suite executives in the databases that we use. They can raise capital from 81,000 investors from the databases that we use. So the databases here are products like LinkedIn, Apollo, SalesQL, Facebook, Instagram. All these, would give us these investors and C-suite executives. You can build team from more than 1 million full stack developers or architects or other co-founders, etc., etc. And then you can build communities. In this case, I've just taken crypto and said, there are more than 10 million crypto enthusiasts from whom you can build communities. But then how exactly do we execute this? Then I'm just trying to, explain that, how do we generate revenue? How do we raise capital? How do we build team? All that I'm explaining it, one by one. And then what does an outcome look like for each one of those 5 things, one by one? Client success stories for each one of those 5 things, one by one. And then comes the last part, which is, if you want to do all these things, click here and start a trial. So for example, generate revenue, this same generate revenue is here as generate leads, right? So it's the same thing basically. This and this are exactly the same. But now he can click on this generate revenue. And if you see, we are not asking for anything. Okay, try generate revenue for 14 days for free. Then it's $300 per month. Identify and engage with your ideal customers with your pitch deck. Generate revenue, 14 days free. You can even increase, okay, I want 3 people to do this. So that means, after 14 days, it'll be $900 per month. Okay. And then you can just, give your email and start the trial. That's it. Nothing else. There is nothing. We don't ask our clients anything. In the previous one, we will ask them for their credit card. We will ask them for, signing up, everything we'll ask. But now we don't ask them for anything. We simply ask them to sign up, and then we will create a WhatsApp group. We will have a team. We will have everything. We'll start working for them just like how we would have worked for them. Right? So this is one way, right? Now, just quickly going back. Any questions on this so far? Just shoot, if you have any questions. I'm just going to keep going. You can always stop me and ask a question. So individually, our clients can, sign up for any one of these things individually. So the first problem was, it was very cryptic, right? The words were cryptic. Now they are not anymore cryptic. They're pretty direct words. Generate revenue is very, very direct. Raise capital is extremely direct. Build a team is very, very direct. So you can basically do any of these three things by clicking at the start the trial and then simply do it. What this does is it's same thing. 500 potential customers here, 500 potential investors here, 500 potential candidates. So I've even kept the wordings very similar so that it's very, very this thing. Now, there is only one small thing that I would like you to think. So this is still LinkedIn. Connect with them through LinkedIn, right? Connect with them through LinkedIn. Connect with them through LinkedIn. Now, potentially, we need a way to connect with them through email as well. I have left that out, here. But I think, as a service, we need to, provide that as well, I think. But before we, add that LinkedIn and email, we have to master it. That's why I've not added that one. So it is still, these three things. So people can choose any one of these three services, start a trial for 14 days, see how it works. After 14 days, they can actually sign up, by paying the money, or they can simply, cancel. So that's the first three services. And then the next one. So individual thought leadership, company thought leadership. So earlier, individual thought leadership was this one, brand and network. Company thought leadership was this one, brand and employee. I've removed the $600 tag and I've made it $300 because it's pretty much, I've made it, absolutely the same, right? But still, the work that we do for people like F4ID is very different. It's not company thought leadership. So we will still charge $600 for that, or something like that. But just posting on behalf of a person or posting on behalf of a company, I've just kept it the same while increasing the followers. It's exactly the same thing. If you read this, you will understand, it's the same thing. So either it's individual thought leadership or company thought leadership. I hope you understand the difference. Then finally, community building and moderating, right? So this is something that we are not doing for many clients. So this is something that we need to master: moderate communities, building and moderating communities, right? Any questions so far on these 6 basic? So it's actually 5. Because individual and company, I've just split them into 2, right? Otherwise, it is just 5 services. Any questions on this?
Anis, a quick question, and I think you tried to answer it, but I missed it. When the client wants to do, for example, company thought leadership, and he wants to increase the number of graduates or the number of people who are working on that project, how will he go about that?
Okay, no, that's so the number of graduates cannot be increased like that. The only way the number of graduates can be done increases, what every graduate. I know you're asking about that specific case, but the way it is one graduate can work on one account, right? That's the whole mapping. If a company wants you to work on 3 social media accounts, you need 3 people, correct?
Yes.
Okay. That means what? So what does it work? Let's take a real example. Okay. So let's take a company, and they say I need 3 people, okay, to work for company thought leadership. So if they want 3 people to work on company thought leadership, it's very simple. Start the trial, or pay the money, okay, and simply say 3 people here. That's it. Quantity, 1, 2, 3. You understand? Because this is 3 different accounts. Correct?
Perfect.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, what happens in this case is 3 different accounts, meaning 3 different people. Let's take the example of Darren Westin. Okay. So let's say Westin is working for Darren, and Darren says, Westin, take 3 of my employees, okay, and make my company thought leadership go very high. So what Westin does is she brings in 3 more people in her team. Okay, so all 3 people will be aligned to one of each from Darren's companies. Okay, 3 people, 3 accounts, and then what she will do, all 3 of them will have 3 different target audience. They will connect with 3 different sets of target audience. The first audience could connect with all the teachers. The second person could connect with all the non-profit organizations. The third one could connect with all the I don't know, like healthcare sector, doctors and nurses, etc. So Westin has 3 members. All 3 of them are connecting with 500 different people each. So in a month they will connect with 1,500 people, on behalf of 3 different people. Does that make sense, Westin? So you will connect with 1,500 people every month. Okay, and then what you will do, because it is company leadership, you will not only connect with the 1,500 people, you will also make sure that from all the 3 accounts, you are able to, do this. Like you will be able to ask them to follow your company. Does it make sense, Westin? Because you have, because you're working for a company, the ultimate thing for working for a company is this number should go up. Can somebody tell me which number I'm pointing out to? What number should go up ultimately for a company?
The flaws, the company's flaws.
Exactly, the company's. So this number 3,457 should go up. Okay, how will it go up? It won't go up just like that. How will it go up? What are the things that you need to do so that it will go up? Anybody? How will this number 3,457 go up?
By inviting people to follow the company through
Yeah.
LinkedIn.
Yes. And how will you do that? How will you invite people to follow your company? How would you invite people to follow your company?
If you are an admin on LinkedIn, if you are an admin on a LinkedIn page, then you go to that page, it is somewhere written invite members to the page.
Yeah, it is written here. Can you not see this? Grow your followers. 2 out of 250 credits available. Build your audience. Okay. Why are we, connecting with people when all we have to do is, keep clicking this and invite people? So I click on invite connections. All my connections are appearing here. I just click on 2 people. So I can click on, let's say, industry. Let's say this guy wants to connect with all the healthcare, right? So I go to health, hospital and healthcare, and show my connections, right? All my connections are visible here. I click on, these people, right? And then I invite them because I only have two credits. So I can only invite 2 people. So 2 connections are invited to follow your page, right? And then you can also put a post, but I'm not going to put it right now. So, and look at what has happened. No remaining invitation credits available for me. credits will be returned when invitations are accepted, or it will refill by 31st. So every month I get 250 connections or invites, right? And all the data here on this right hand side also indicates how well we are doing. For example, we are doing very, very poorly in the last 1 month because we have appeared only 845 times. That is 13.9% less than previous month. We had only 354 unique visitors, which is 30% less than previous month. We had only 270 new followers, which is 38% less than the previous month. We had only 5,400 impressions, which is less than 60% the previous month. And so this gives you a very nice analysis of where your company stands. So this is the most important thing that you need to track when you are working for a company. Does that make sense? So I'm just going back to our thing. And how do you do the three things? So still I have not really answered your question. So if somebody wants 3 people, if somebody wants to engage 3 people, then they select the quantity as 3. And then let's say Bestine will have those 3 people, and she will connect with 1,500 people, in this case, company leadership. So she will take this one, and then she will add the quantity as 3. That will become 900 per month, etc., etc. But the thing is, all 3 of them would be working towards increasing the LinkedIn page followers by posting, by all kinds of things, basically, right? They can't just be inviting, but also they need to be posting stuff, posting and distributing, etc., etc. Does that make sense, Farah?
Yes, so we can do that for all our packages, right?
Sorry?
We can do that not only for the company leadership package, but also for all other for all our other package, like the generation of revenue and all that, isn't it?
It's a good thought, actually. We can it's a very good idea, because it's not a lot of work, isn't it? It's just but the thing is, I think the real work is posting. That's the real work see, there is one core work, and there is a lot of other work in every job that we are doing. The core work here is connecting and having conversations on closing the deal, right? That's the core work here. We can easily add, just managing the company page, inviting people, that can be a subsidiary work, right? In raising capital also, the core work is something. Building team also, the core work is something. So we can easily add, in these 3 things, we can add this, increasing the company thing also can be added. You're right. It's because it's not a lot of work. And what it will do, it will make them stick with us for a long, long time by doing this core work. The core work is generating revenue, but we can also easily add, let's say, just this one thing, the one thing of inviting people to follow you. This, you cannot add you cannot add, the posting to this. Like coming out with a, post top content and this one, because this is the core work of, this particular, service. But this one thing can be added. Inviting 250 potential stakeholders to follow can be added to all these 3 services. Are you with me? Because that's really nothing. Are you guys with me? That's like 1 minute per month, or 5 minutes per month.
Yeah.
And that would be seemingly be able to add a lot of value to our clients, and we will get access to their company page. which will allow us to show a lot of more interesting data. Like this follower invitation cannot be done for an individual. It has to be always done for a company. You with me? It's a great idea, Farah. I think I'll incorporate this basically. So we will not, this one, right? This invite 250 potential stakeholders to follow your company page. I'll add it to all these three services: generate revenue, raise capital, and build team. Right? And also one more thing that we can add here, generate revenue, raise capital, and build team, is to create a social media post, just one or two social media posts that talks about their product, or that talks about their, raising capital, or that talks about, their building team. So one or two posts that raises the awareness that, we are raising capital. One or two posts that talks about their product in order to sell their product better. So we won't do like 10 posts a month like this here. You guys are able to appreciate what I'm trying to do. All this I'm trying to do so that, we complete we show the, like, we, even though it is just generate revenue, for which we only need to do these four things, by adding a 5 and a 6 and a 7, we can become very, we can look like we have a very complete offering, and our stickiness will increase dramatically. Are you guys able to appreciate this without increasing our workload? So obviously I can keep on adding everything to the same thing and keep the same price. That means that's not a good strategy, isn't it? But we can add a few things to this without increasing our workload dramatically. Can anybody tell me what are those three things that we can add to all these three services without increasing our workload dramatically? What are the three things that we could add potentially to these first three services without increasing, without increasing the things? Okay, I'll just come do this a little later, but I think I have to note it down somewhere. When you're founders, okay, just a quick update on pricing table. We can include additional value adds, right? One, increase this one, right? Invite 250 potential. Yeah, so this one is important. Invite 250 potential stakeholders to follow your company page. What else can we do? Post to relevant content about the service that we are campaigning for. So it could be a video, it could be a post, or whatever it is, right? So I think I hope you can understand what I'm saying. So this could be post to relevant content about, it can be, let's say, for example, if it is for raising capital, then we can try to post something about that. This second point is coming out clear. What else can we do so that it can add a dramatic anything that you guys can think of? So we can add this invite to 150 potential clients easily. That's because so easy. Posting not 20 content, but simply, this is basically the core of this service is posting 20 content every single month. But for these one, we can simply add, maybe 2 or 3 content about raising capital or about revenue generation or about building teams, we can do. Is there anything else we can add, to the above things? Like, for example, we do a personal LinkedIn makeover, right? Should we add that also to this one? Because if we do a makeover for these ones, revenue generation or raising capital.
Yes, yes, Anis, I think that will be important as well, and it will be a huge value add as well. It won't be a huge task for us. It is just one time makeover, and finally we can't go and represent a company with less with very poor digital identity. So definitely I will go for that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's absolutely right, because it's okay. I think the most important decision is emails. My ultimate idea is this 500 potential customers. Once right now I'm saying only LinkedIn, we are connecting, only 500 LinkedIn. My ultimate idea is, for the same $300, we should be able to email 500 potential customers as well. Right now, that looks like a huge difficulty, and also a huge money, money drainer, because we will have to spend almost $100 per month if we have to do emailing on behalf of our clients. So that the math would not work out for us at $300. So we have to find another way to include email into this thing for each one of these 3 services. You guys with me? So you not only connect with 500 potential customers through LinkedIn, you also connect with the same 500 potential customers through email as well. And that would be a killer deal, if you ask me. Yes, Farah.
Yeah, I wanted you to clarify on that actually. How will we manage the capacity? And I'm also understanding that we let our clients pay for the sales navigator, which is $100. So how are we gonna manage the capacity for also Apollo? If maybe we get like today 10 clients who want an email campaign and we want to pay on their behalf.
Yeah. No, that's a very, very good question. The problem I have noticed is with one Apollo client, we can maximum work for 2 clients. You with me? One Apollo client, we can only work for 2 clients. But the good news is for each of the client, we can go up to 5,000 emails a month, not 500. So 10 times more than what we can do. Maybe there is some other way. We just need to find out. Right? Maybe there is some other way. We'll figure it out, Farah. I think, we need a way to see, LinkedIn is there. What Farah is saying is, LinkedIn is there, which means we are burdening. So when a client starts to work with us, he already has the $300 money that he has to pay. On top of it, another $100 for LinkedIn Sales Navigator. That is $400. On top of it, we are going to, if we say Apollo, that's another $100. That is $500, right? So that's a lot of you have to solve this problem without in a very smart way. If 10,000 emails were available for, let's say, even 10 different clients, then the problem would have been solved. But the problem is 10,000 emails is available only for 2 clients. You guys with me? So when it is only available for 2 clients, problem is severe. Any thoughts from anyone else how we could possibly solve this problem? The problem that we are trying to solve is we want to campaign using both LinkedIn and email, and we want to avoid our client paying money to Sales Navigator as well as Apollo. How can we do that? Anybody?
Yes, Anis.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I was asking, I was thinking, and is it, are we forced to include the email campaign in the LinkedIn package, or in that LinkedIn package? I was thinking, what about if we do, if we consider the email campaign as a different package, and we include the Apollo money in that LinkedIn email, and package. So simply what I'm saying is that we are, because we are working, we are getting results from LinkedIn, exactly, but they are kind of they may be slow. The results may be slow. So when we want the client to subscribe when the client wants an immediate result, we tell him this is an alternative that can give you a result, and we are charging this 300 as well. I know it can look as a harsh, but that's what I was thinking. Will that be possible?
I hear you.
Yes.
So that is what currently I have thought about. So that's what I'm saying. If you buy LinkedIn and email, that will become any 2 services. Okay. And we will charge
Yes.
480 for that. So that is what I have thought about. But my problem is, I'm just worried, that it's an unsustainable model. The charges become very high for a lot of people to afford. What I'm thinking is, we can do one trick, right? The trick is, every client that we sign up, right? We almost tell them you have to sign up for, Sales Navigator, correct? So that's anyway $100. So what we can do is, we can tell them not to sign for Sales Navigator, and then they pay the money to us, $400 instead of 300. They pay us $400, and we subscribe to Apollo, and we do all the campaigns, both Sales Navigator campaign of connecting with people. So Apollo, the good thing is, let's say we have identified the people. Okay, so let's say this is a particular client, right? Let's say, we are working for this particular client, and we have already identified all their things. So this is a client. We have identified 1,921 people, that list is here. Okay. Now we have done this without ever going into Sales Navigator, correct? Are you guys able to understand what we are trying to do? We have created this list of 1,921 people for this particular client without going into Sales Navigator. Does that make sense? Which means we have just avoided the client $100 of Sales Navigator fee. So what we can do here is, are you guys able to appreciate what I'm saying? If you're not able to follow, please ask me, right? Look at this, right? This is Deng's client. The name of the client is Moral Fairground, and we are identifying all the principals and school teachers and headmasters in Melbourne, and we have done that. So we have identified a total of 2,000 people, correct? Teacher, Carolyn, can you see? Are you able to see this? Guys, everybody is able to see the
Yes.
study group. Okay. So we have identified these 2,000 people. Now let's take this person, Catherine. Okay. Now, Catherine, if let's say Deng has to connect with Catherine, all he has to do is to click here. Right? So he clicked here, he went here, teacher, blah, 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 connect. Right? Other.
Wow.
Okay, that's it, finished. So we never went into Sales Navigator. So this particular client do not need to subscribe to Sales Navigator. Okay, so we have saved the client $100, right? I mean, most of our clients are paying $100 per month right now. So instead, what we can do is, we can ask our client to, pay us the same $100, right? And we can do, not just LinkedIn, right? But also, so basically, additional, I don't know how to put all these things, additional channels. So additional channels could be, let's say, emails, 100 something. something like this. Can even reduce this 300 per month. No, I think that's going to be a bit. So we can actually work, this particular thing. 500 emails per month can be, just 400 per month. Yeah, let me think about that. But I think that is a very important thing that we need to somehow. It's not very difficult to win any client for this service, generating revenue or raising capital. But how do we do that in such a way that the client is with us all the time is what we are trying to figure out. So the client will be with us all the time if we are able to, do something dramatic, which gives them results. And the way we can achieve that is by adding something like this email campaign of 500 people to 5,000 people per month. We cannot do anything on LinkedIn with 5,000 people, but with a click of a button, we can talk to 5,000 people. No, just like Deng is doing right now here, right? With a click of a button, he's got 2,000 people. Okay. If I go to engage and click this particular campaign of Deng, right? Immediately 2,000 people will get one email immediately. Correct. So we can use the power of some of these platforms to provide that, results for our clients without. So for example, it is a lot. Okay. Do you understand, this one, right? So Deng has spent maybe, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 hours. Deng has spent 1 or 2 hours one time to collect these 2,000 emails. Maximum 2 hours. Okay, so Deng has spent more than 2 hours to collect the emails of these 2,000 people. As you can see here, right? He has collected the 2,000 people here, and he's beautifully organized them here. Yes, it is 2 hours of hard work. Agreed. But he has to do that work only once. After doing that work once, every time he engages them, all the 2,000, there is really no work for him. Literally, he has to say add contacts, select list, select from the exact, Deng, the list that he has created, and put sequence. That's it. Just press this button and he's done. There is no other work for him. He doesn't have to sit and write the email another time for the 2,000 people. Are you guys with me? What I'm saying? So John is saying something. Your idea is good, but telling someone to pay us the money they should spend on Sales Navigator for the subscription. It's better to tell them to subscribe. They will be satisfied with the expenditure they have participated by themselves. Yeah, John, looks like you have not understood the idea itself. Can somebody do you guys think? Do you guys understand what John is saying in this comment? John is saying Why are you asking them, not to spend? By making them spend, they will be satisfied because they have spent it themselves, isn't it? And they have participated in the in the whole thing, instead of asking them to pay us that money. Yeah. Looks like John has not understood. So John, I'll explain this one more time. Yes, John, go ahead. You can speak.
Hi, everyone.
Yes, John.
I got you right, Mr. Anis, but what I disagree or what I see like a threat is someone to like pay 400 at a go. He sees it like, oh, it's a lot. But if himself he participates like in a subscription of that application, after being explained to him the value of that application, he will see as it has done the direct work on his side. But if he gives us the money, it creates a sort of high price he's giving, or high amount of money that is paying to us. I don't know whether I'm understood.
No, you are understood very clearly. What you have not understood is why we are doing that. What we are telling him is, if you spend $100 on Sales Navigator, you only get LinkedIn. Correct? But if you spend the same $100 with us, you get both LinkedIn and email. Not just 500. LinkedIn is always going to be 500, so we can't increase it. But by spending the additional $100 with us, he can go up to 5,000 potential people via email. Yes, Farah.
Yes, Anis. So, sorry, we are using that money to subscribe to Apollo, isn't it? So I'm just asking, we can even do the same thing that clients do for Sales Navigator. Why can't they also subscribe for Apollo instead of just Sales Navigator, and we can just pass the credentials to us and we can do everything through Apollo?
I want to, if they did that, Farah, then within 2-3 months, they will start doing the work themselves and cut you loose. I want to own the entire campaign.
Okay.
If your client is going to subscribe, they will not need you anymore, because
it's really, I got you. Thank you, Alice. I got it.
I'm pretty sure John has still not understood the idea. I'm just going to try and explain this.
No, I've got you. I've got you. What Mr. Farah asked, it's what I had in mind. Should be better for themselves, but later on, you explain to Farah as this, they will learn of our skills, and then we shall look like you have nothing to do again.
No, not only that. So that is not the main reason. The main reason is, if you, I hope you can see my screen. If you buy LinkedIn Sales Navigator, you can select 500 and connect with 500. Correct? This is what you can do in LinkedIn. Correct? This is what you can do. If you buy Apollo.io, right? You can select 5,000 and connect with 500 in LinkedIn, and see and you can select the same 5,000 and email them all and connect with 5,000 in email. Does this make sense? Why it is different does this make the difference between this and this? So this is obviously, if you buy, only right, if you buy Apollo, this is what you can do. I'm not saying every client will do this, right? But this is what you can do. Is this too clear to you, John? Can you see the difference between the two? Both cost $100. Can everybody see the difference between the two? The explanation I gave it to Farah was above and beyond this. But even though I'm saying we can select 5,000 and send the email to 5,000, we will not do it for the $300 thing. We will do 500 emails per month for an additional $100 a month. But if the client really wants to take advantage of all the 5,000 emails, we can do it for $500 a month. So we will send emails to 5,000 potential customers every month. In fact, it's not even 5,000 emails, okay? It's actually 5,000 stakeholders, or 5,000, yeah, I'll call them stakeholders because they can be investors, candidates. Okay, it's 5,000 stakeholders, and we can send up to, let's say, 4 emails. So that could be 20,000 emails per month. Does this make sense? 5,000 stakeholders, 20,000 emails, or 500 stakeholders and 2,000 emails per month. How is it? Can somebody explain what is this 500 stakeholders and 2,000 emails per month? Can anybody explain this? What is this? What do I mean by stakeholders and emails?
I think it's sending an email to 5,000 stakeholders. The one you extract from the email from the Apollo.
I'm sorry, Chol. I didn't understand what you're saying, or rather, what you said was wrong.
I'm saying the stakeholders, like if you collect 5,000 email, that means 5,000 stakeholders you collect the email, or I mean you're sending email to.
But if I've collected only 5,000 emails, I should also say only 5,000 emails, right? Why am I saying 20,000 emails? Can somebody think? Yes, Michael. Go ahead, Michael.
I think there shall be email 1, message 1, message 2, message 3 in that regard, or I got it wrong.
No, you got it right.
Yeah, so 5,000 stakeholders, we send them the first email, the second, and the third.
Yes.
So maybe, I don't know, it will sum up to 20,000 emails.
Yeah. Absolutely. We can send actually a lot more emails, but assuming we can spend around 400 emails a day, if we can spend up to so 2000 emails is very easy. Send 400 emails for 5 days. So we select 500 stakeholders and then we email them 4 times. You send them the first email to all the 500. You send them the second email, a third email, and a fourth email. So 4 emails per stakeholder per month. So that is around 2000 emails per month. And keep increasing the number of, so the next month I add another 500 more stakeholders. The next month add another 500. The next month add another 500. And the beauty of this campaign is you never need to alter your campaign. Let's say you have already designed a campaign with 4 emails. Every month you only need to add the extra 500. You don't need to design your campaign again and again and again. It's the same campaign. Which brings me to the other thing, how many campaigns we can do for one client, isn't it? That is also another thing. So what Susanna is running here is one campaign, which is a City of Melbourne sponsored youth program. Okay, so this is one campaign. Now she wants to do another campaign. Now she wants to do, so she's already come up with 3 campaigns. A campaign is this, what you're saying here, this is one campaign. Susanna, Melbourne, school principals is one campaign. With the set of messages. This is the first message, second message, third message. So all messages are very clearly listed over here. So that is one campaign. Now she wants to do a newsletter. Then she wants to do something else. We need a way to track this whole thing. So then it'll become campaign 1. So it'll be something like the sequences, right? So here, so it'll become, we have to, we haven't really not thought through all these things in a lot of detail, but we need to think about all those things. So if I select this and then tag this as client Susanna. So I've added a tag. And then let's say we have to create one more campaign for her, which means, I have to create something like this, new sequence, pre-built, simple one. Call it 02 Susanna newsletter. That's it. I don't want to call it anything else. Just browse it, put it in her folder. Normal business hours, etc., etc. Save changes. And then I will actually tag, come to sequences and make sure that, this Susanna newsletter is also tagged to tag client Susanna. So now if I just, I can literally, I should be able to select one of. So this is Susanna, this is Susanna. Okay. I need a way to manage this whole campaign because it's going to be, very soon, lots of campaigns. But now you can very clearly see that this is a campaign that we started for her, which is a campaign for a particular event that is happening right now in August. This is a evergreen campaign of sending monthly newsletters to her people every month, right? Then she's going to start another campaign. So we have to have a sense of how many campaigns we can do for a client and charge them accordingly. I think the sense has to be, creating campaign is also quite important. So maybe, we need to come up with some idea of how many campaigns and how many stakeholders and how many emails, isn't it? Just to manage the show. But do you guys get the idea of this one? Is this very clear, or it's extremely confusing? Just be very open whether what is it, because it may be very confusing for a lot of you. But let's start with the basics. 500 stakeholders on LinkedIn is $300. 500 stakeholders on LinkedIn and email is $400. Very, very small change in money. Because what I don't want to do is to, see, the good thing is we can make a lot of money. Our starting point has to be very less money, extremely small money, until we deliver results. Once we deliver results, okay, if we deliver results for 300 per month, okay, by connecting with 500 people, then we can definitely say you can pay us an additional, let's say additional $500 for increasing the number of people to 5,000, isn't it? So we can the thing is, they're already paying us, let's say $300. $300 is the base money. They pay an extra 100 for sending 2,000 emails. They pay an extra 500 for sending 20,000 emails. It's just a very high number. Nobody will send such a high number of emails, but that's our maximum upper limit. What I'm saying is, if we deliver results at a small money, it's very easy to command a much higher money. We can create a table like this. Is this making sense? I mean, I'm also learning along with you guys, so it's not like I've already figured out all these things. So something like this, 3,000, 4,000, then we can just keep it like this. I think we can remove this. Yeah, that's it. You can even keep the number of emails to just 2 emails, not 4. Yeah. How does this look? Are you able to appreciate what, is people able to understand this? Isha, Jamari, Ahana, you guys are able to understand what I'm doing here? Okay. Yeah, we just need to figure out a way to bring this into our pricing table somehow. I don't have a mechanism to bring this into the pricing table right now, but we'll find a way out. But the idea is very important that all of you understand it. Anyways, let's come back to this thing. So if somebody wants to engage us with one of these three, it's this. Then if they want us to do it with those additional things, then the additional $100 to 100 to 500 needs to be added to this. I do not know how to do that, on this pricing table, but we will figure it a way. But I hope you understand this one, right? So these are 6 separate services which will be done on the account of each one of the people, these 6 things. And then if anybody wants to combine 2 services, like if somebody wants to add all these 5 services, right? They want to have one on revenue, one on capital, one on building team. So all of them they want to do, then they can actually subscribe to all the 5 services for $975 per month. Does this make sense? What we are trying to do? You have to remember one thing very clearly. This is not, when we do, let's say, any 2 services, it's not 2 times LinkedIn accounts. Okay, just be very clear. If somebody wants 2 LinkedIn accounts, it will still be 600. Let's say if a client wants to generate revenue with 2 accounts, it'll be 600. But if a client wants to generate revenue and raise capital, that will not be. So if somebody wants to choose this and this, or these 2, 1 and 2, then it is only 480. If somebody wants to do generate revenue, raise capital, and build team, all 3 they want to do together, then the price is 675, not 900. Does that make sense? Okay, I'll pause here. I think I'll take any questions you might have, and then we'll go into the execution of some of these campaigns, so that we can start actually doing the work. Any questions, clarifications anybody need on what we are trying to do? So we need to create a similar kind of so we have created this for founders. We need to have a similar type of a page for corporate executives. So every persona will have a different page, so that only the things that we do for them will be listed over there. Make sense? Okay. Just coming to the campaigns itself. So we have this particular one which is running, and what we are doing here is, I think we are collecting the list right now. We have not yet launched the campaign. We are collecting the list. So far, we have collected all these founders, right? Agriculture, accounting, 175. Why is it 175, Farah? Is that the total actually? There must be a lot more of people, isn't it? No? It seems like a very small number of accounting founders. So Farah, you can look at this thing just to see how many more days we have left. So you can really, so we have used only 4,000 of 10,000 available email credits. And we will, yeah, our credits will expire in another, 3-4 days. So it's important, Farah, that, you, this list, right, starting from accounting founders. I think the best way to do this is, go to founders search, which is what I'm sure you're doing. Choose accounting. Oh, here you're choosing already accounting. There is 4,500 and you have only saved 200. That net new is here, 4.3K. Click on the net new, select this page, and then add to the accounting list. Accounting founders, confirm. So try and finish this 4,500 accounting founders, so then refresh the prospects. We saw this last week itself, right? And then the whole list is refreshed. So you don't even need to go to the second page because the net new is always new. Select the next 25, add to list, choose the accounting founders, confirm, wait for them to get added. Adding 25 prospects, wait for it, refresh the prospects. 253 has added. Click, select, save, accounting, confirm. Refresh. Farah, will you be able to finish this one? Just, I don't want to, waste a single thing. We also need to collect these emails from SalesQL.
Yes, and we are collecting both of them actually simultaneously. So when is the deadline? You actually told me the deadline for the SalesQL. What about this one? When is
this also will another 4 days. So we need to collect at least 1,000. Yeah, in 4. So today is 30th of July. Wait one second, I'll tell you exactly. Okay, exactly next Saturday it will expire. So by Friday 5th we should have finished the remaining 6,000. So basically we need to collect today 1,000, tomorrow 1,000, minimum 1,000.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
So
I hope we can't go more than 1,000, Anis.
You can go more than 1,000. There is no limit to this thing. You can go more than 1,000. I have already checked with them. They said there is no limit.
Oh, perfect.
So you remember, we created conversation with them last week.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So, oh my God. So yeah, it was there, and they've answered that question. Somewhere. So you see, it's 302. I've selected this page, add to list, accounting. Okay. So keep adding that one. Okay, so we can do this.
If there is no actually limitation, then we can finish that during the weekend actually.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really thinking, I'm wondering why Deng has not been joining this call. What happened? Anybody knows why Deng is has missed this call a few times actually now. He's really got a very important job because he's the one who's got a paid, email thing, and I'm surprised that he's not active. Okay, so this is one thing, and the sales QL also, so this one is pretty straightforward, right, Farah? Just finish accounting first, and then just go to the next one and next one and next one. It is, you cannot be, more straightforward than this, isn't it? It's really simple. Yes. This one, collecting emails on Apollo is like piece of cake actually. Everybody should be able to do it for their own clients and for StepUp, right? And just make sure that you give a chance to every one of your team members so that they all get an experience of collecting these emails, okay, and sit with them so that they don't make mistakes, right? It's really important to collect these emails so that the collecting emails is 2-3 hours job, but once you have done that, engaging with them is just a click. So make sure you master that. We have to close sales QL, right? So my advice is, just quickly finish collecting. We have 10,000 email credits on sales QL. So finish that, Farah. Okay. Do you have a sense of how you're going to do that for sales QL? So we've done 4,073. We have around 9,000 more. Once you've done that, we'll export it out.
So we're using the same methodology that you are using Sales Navigator to collect actually.
Is it?
For the sales QL.
This one is, yeah. Sales QL, yeah. I think that's correct. In sales QL, all the entire team can work, right? Because all of you are there in the thing. So try to do that also. Finish this 9,000. Just finish it as quickly as possible, because we want to, really cancel this and download this. We don't want to be paying so much of money, isn't it? Is that possible, Farah? Can you get that done?
Yes. The problem is we only have 3 sales navigators, but we're gonna try. Yeah, we can finish them.
I got it. Yeah. Okay. In the meantime, I will who's close to IDI? Can you have a word with hope IDI is not there here. Who can have a word with Deng? I'm just a bit worried because his client is giving him so much of work, and he seems to be a bit quiet. Can one of you have a word with him? Anybody close to it, Deng? I thought ED was his neighbor. I thought I would tell him. Okay. All right. We're done with today. Any questions from anyone else? So that we can deal with that. Okay, Shamiri, I need to create your own account. It is pending on me. I think I need to create an account for Deng as well, because I think Deng has to learn to do his own work. So Keisha, Bahana, if you guys want to create your own Apollo account as well, please do let me know. I can do that on behalf of you. And we can start I'm thinking, what we can do is right now, what I'm doing is, collecting emails of founders, right? That's what we're doing, for all the thing. We can do the same thing, let's say with Keisha or with Bahana, we can do, collecting emails of all the corporate executives, right? And then start, campaigns. So we can assign one, like for example, accounting founders, we can assign, one email, right? Like that, we can keep assigning for every, let's say 5,000 or 10,000 people that we have collected, we can assign an email ID which will contact them, right? And start pounding this thing. Are you guys, you have any questions, concerns, anything?
Yeah, I think it's okay. I just wait for you to create it. And I don't know, you are now come back fully?
No, just from Monday.
Okay. Yeah. Then I think there is also what we're supposed not to forget. It is the end of the month, and how do you think we can go about it so that it doesn't become like last month? I can suggest we do the same procedure as quick as possible, because I see the Kotani process is not reliable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got from you, like, when you want to withdraw, it's 1,000.
Sorry?
When you want to withdraw your money from the Valora, you can only withdraw up to 1,000 Kenyan shilling.
Not up to, a minimum of 1,000.
Or minimum. Oh, which is good. Is there anyone who has tried it clearly? Because myself, I tried, but I waited for the response from Kotani. It took long.
Yeah, many people have done it, Jean-Marie.
Yeah, but can many become the names of the people? Because no one have, just from my side, the people close to me, I see no one has used that.
No, that's because we have not even started using it, right? We tested it with,
Even me, I tested. You remember you send, I don't know, 0 point something, but the challenge became when you send now to Kotani, so that they send you the feedback, the message, is where the issue was a problem. But Valora is okay. I just did it as easy as possible. It was very easy, friendly, but now to get the money withdrawal, or it's hard.
Yeah, well, let me just pause this recording so that we can continue.